Update post to my girlfriend opening up the relationship and then asking to close it. Original. Those who like it. Long story short, we broke up. Those who like juicy details, here goes. So after making my post I saw that breaking up was my best option, not just because I didn't want to close the relationship but also because she had lied and manipulated me and was very likely doing it again in the form of love bombing. I didn't want to be the shitty guy who breaks up over text. I also didn't want to risk her changing the narrative to paint me in a bad light, so I decided to meet her in a public restaurant with a friend of hers as a reliable witness so she wouldn't be able to slander me later. We were supposed to meet day before yesterday, but something came up in me and her friend forgot about the date. I arranged for a makeup meeting yesterday, keeping everything the same. Well, yesterday, I arrived at the restaurant and she was already sitting there. She cheerfully waved at me but her face went from confusion to shock to sadness when she saw I had brought her friend with me. She asked me what the friend was doing there. I said she was just here to verify what happens here at a later date if necessary. She just tilted her head a bit. Well, I told her I was done with her, and not in a good way. I told her off for the manipulation, the clear desire to cheat without having a guilty conscience and the fact that she thought I wouldn't be able to get anyone. She got defensive and started crying and said it wasn't like that, but I interrupted her and said that that was exactly what it was like and I knew that she had been fooling around with her ex before we opened the relationship. I didn't and it was a shot in the dark, but it hit its mark. She completely broke down sobbing and said she was sorry and was confused at the time. She said she didn't want to lose me and tried to get me to remember the good times we had. All that did for me was show me how long back our relationship had actually died and I just said that to her. There was more crying. She said she'd change. I said I hoped she did for the next guy she would be with, but it wouldn't be with me. She said to me that she would keep the relationship open and wouldn't be with anyone if that was the problem. I said that our relationship ended as soon as she asked to open it. I just didn't know it at the time. She was bawling and people's eyes started running over to our table. I just said that I'd return her stuff within a few days and left while she was face down on the table, her friend consoling her. So yeah, I'm done. For the first time in 4 years I'm single and for the first time in a year or so, I don't feel like I'm walking on eggshells. I'm gonna follow the majority of the advice given to me and enjoy my youth. I won't be actively hunting for a relationship for a while, but if the right one comes along, then lucky me. Thanks everyone who took time to write comments. Thanks to the people that DM'd me, except that one cunt, you know who you are, and provided valuable advice. I did get a blast of messages and calls from my ex, begging for another chance. I thought it'd be satisfying to see it but honestly, it was just sad. I ignored the messages, left my phone at he and went to a friend's place to hang out, without having to ask her if she's cool with it. I'm really gonna enjoy being single. Edit. Guys, I really love the support, thank you so much. I'm reading every single comment. I'm not replying right now, but I assure you, I'm reading all of them. I have some sort of special appreciation for mentioning the one cunt, thank you for that. It is good you went for a clean break instead of continuing the open relationship and dragging the relationship on. You plan not to jump into a new relationship like a rebound one is a wise one. Time to go NC with your ex and give her time to heal from the regrets of her actions. If this is real, it's a rare W for a user here. I remember your original post and I'm glad you handled it the way you did. Honestly, you couldn't have done better. Hope you find someone that respects you and your relationship in the future. Wife being religious is harming our marriage. I recently discovered my M39 wife, F33, was tithing $300 plus per paycheck to her church after I got a text from the bank saying the account was overdrawn by $700 because the mortgage and bills had come out. As a result, my savings account is nearly depleted because it's tied into the checking for overdraft protection. I confronted her about it and she said, "Well, you knew I was tithing." Yes, I knew, but never knew it was that much. That could have been a double payment on her car loan or the financing on the furnace we just last summer when ours crapped out. I am not a religious guy, so she feels I am attacking her. I really don't care if she's religious, but she said she doesn't want to stop this, after she told me she would. Because the Bible calls on us to be good Christians and it's what I am called to do. I am totally staggered. She would rather us be broke and her church richer. Totally at a loss of what to do. She really fucked up the budget behind my back. Separate your finances immediately. Unless she is earning $100,000 yearly herself, she's going way over. Also, sorry to tell you, but it doesn't seem like this will change. She will see any attempts at changes as you attacking her religion. And the fact that she said, "You knew I was tithing," shows you that she is okay with lying by omission. She is not interested in communication, she wants to do things her own way. Also, you don't mention children, but if this is the case now, she will resent you if you ever make any moves that are not in accordance with some super religious dogma. If you ever take your children to a game instead of church, you can expect hell. Literally hiding in the other room trying to avoid a blow-up with my partner. Yesterday my friend texted me while she was at a cookout and said she saw my 33F boyfriend, 36M, at a cookout and was wondering where I was. When we both left the house for the day, he didn't mention he would be going to a cookout, so I texted him, WYA. I wasn't trying to clock him or be aggressive, but he took offense to my question and accused me of not trusting him, and that I only texted him because my friend said something to me. Which is true, but I genuinely just wanted to know what part of the city he was in. I was honestly hurt because I had been begging him all week to go out together this weekend and he pretty much brushed me off every time. Then to turn around and find out he went to a cookout intentionally without me did hurt my feelings. I just wasn't expecting that reaction from him, and now he's giving me the silent treatment. I honestly haven't talked to him since yesterday, and when I got home he was asleep. Now we're both up on our phones in separate rooms. I tried to speak to him, but he just said, "Hi," and slammed the door in my face. I really want to avoid an argument, but I don't know what to do next. So, he was shady and went somewhere without you. Wouldn't tell you where he was. And now he is mad at you and slamming doors in your face? Just want to make sure I got this right. Sounds like you should go somewhere without him. Like a new relationship. Seems like he doesn't want to spend time with you and ignoring you any chance he got. Doesn't mean the issue is with you. But if he doesn't want to speak anymore and refusing the budge, it may be time to move on. He's like a dead fish at this point. He is using you. He sees you as an ATM. That's all. He wants to live a single life on your penny. Let him pay his own bills. You deserve better. Cut your losses. The emotional damage will be far worse if you stay. Can you speak to a lawyer? Did you sign a loan agreement of some sort? Can you prove her borrowed money? I'm wanting to evict my current roommate because she's pregnant, but wait, there's more. Basically, I don't want to renew her lease, which ends in May. She's pregnant now. Do the math. Some relevant info and backstory. I live near a college in a 3-bedroom house, which I have been renting out the 2 spare rooms since I bought the place. My current roommate, 22 female, is a lot younger than me, 35 male. Things are most assuredly not going on, not my kid, etc. She's been here going on 3 years, thanks COVID. But it's been just her and I since May of 2020. I always have either 2 females or 2 males living with me, so it's been an unusual circumstance. Her brother was an ex-roommate that recommended me, and at the time there was another friend with a sister that was looking for a place, so it worked out. I've been struggling to rent out the other room since things have opened back up to anyone aside from single guys. She doesn't know this, just that the room isn't rented. The problem? She wants to turn the other room into a nursery. And I need to reset my roommate dynamics to a comfortable to everyone situation. I was figuring she would be done with school by December or May, but IDK. She pays for the room, not her parents. I don't know if they know or anything like that. I just kinda feel bad, and she's all excited, and I don't even know her boyfriend or if she has one or anything like that. Just kinda weird situation I could use some feedback on. No roommate, the other rental room is not becoming a nursery. I'd like you to move out at the end of your lease so I can get 2 students again and continue my property as I always have. Not renewing her lease is not the same thing as eviction. Since you are in an owner-occupied house, you can choose your roommates based on who you want to live with. You are perfectly within your rights to decline to renew her lease for any reason you want. Her using the other room as a nursery is obviously ridiculous, so just tell her no. If you want to actually evict her before her lease is over, because the baby is an unacceptable extra person that you didn't agree to house, I'd consult with a landlord-tenant lawyer in your area to make sure it is legal and you are doing it properly, and give her enough notice.